Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's again your statistics educator Sanju Pal welcoming you all to the class of statistics. Okay, here is our 20th sum. What is given over here in 20th sum? That the following data are obtained from the budget inquiry of middle class families. State the change in the cost of living in the current year 2015 with respect to the base year 2014 by finding the index number. If the average monthly disposable income of a family is 30,000, say during the year 2014, and their average monthly disposable income during the year 2015 is 35,000, right? Then according to the family budget index number, what should be the rise in the average monthly disposable income of the family to maintain the same standard of living of the base year? Children, over here it has been told we have to find out the index number. They have told us to find out the index number. They have given us that in 2014 that the average disposable income of the family was 30,000 and in 2015 it was 35,000, right? They have told us to find out the index number by family budget method. Over here, as it is by family budget method, we are going to use the formula sigma IW upon sigma W to find out the index number. Then they have told us, they have asked us that in comparison to the base year, right, with the help of the index number, just to find out whether 35,000 in the year 2015 is relevant disposable income or not. So let's see how we can find it out. They have given us group. In group you would find that they have given us, that is food, clothing, rent, fuel and miscellaneous expenses. Then they have given us the weight. Weight, again the importances that we give to our expenses. For food it is 45, for clothing it is 20, for rent it is 15, for fuel it is 10, and for miscellaneous it is 10, right? Percentage price relevant of the group in the year 2015. Now see, percentage relative price they have told us, that is actually I, that what they have given, that is the index number, that what they have given. That is for food it is 130, for clothing it is 150, for rent it is 120, for fuel 160, and again for the miscellaneous it is 120. Now how we are going to do this sum, right? You can write this values vertically also. Over here they have given horizontally, right? Again the groups, then percentage price relative, that is the index number, that is 130, 150, 120, 160 and 120, that what we have seen right into the question. W, weights that they have given, that what we had discussed earlier, 45, 20, 15, 10, 10. Obviously the total over here, again the total of the weights will come up to 100. Then what they given, now we need to find out IW, that is sigma IW. For IW what we do, we always multiply I and W. So for food you will multiply 130 and 45, that will give you 5850. For clothing you will multiply 150 and 20, it will give you 3000. For rent you are going to multiply 120 and 15, it will give you 1800. For fuel you will multiply 160 and 10, it's going to get 1600. For miscellaneous 120 and 10, you will get 1200, right? Then what you are going to do, you are going to find out sigma IW, that is the total of IW. So you are going to add 5850, 3000, 1800, 1600, 1200. You are going to get the total, that is sigma IW 13,450. Now we are going to find out the index number or index number by the family budget method, right? And index number by the family budget method, we discuss the formula, that is your I is going to be equal to sigma IW upon sigma W. Sigma IW, again the total that we found out into the table, it's 13450. Sigma W we have seen the total had come up to 100. You will divide it, it will come up to 134.5. So you will find there is an increase, okay, there is a rise, okay, in the price relevant or into the percentage. There is 134.5 minus 100 will give you 34.5 percentage, okay, in rise in the cost of living index number, right? That is, you can say 34.5 percentage, okay. But now we have seen that in the base year the income was 30,000. Now we need to find out whether in the current year, whatever the 5,000 increment that they are giving, whether it is relevant or not. So for that, how we are going to find it out? We are going to find out index number of the current year. Index number of the current year has come up to 134.5, that you are going to take in the numerator, divide by index number of the base year, right? Nothing has been given, so obviously base year we are going to take it as 100, right? We are talking about the index number over here, and obviously income of the base year. Income of the base year was 30,000. That's why multiply by 30,000. So this one we can do it in other way also. Okay, that also I will discuss, right? So over here 134.50 divided by 100 multiplied by 30,000 is giving you 40,350. Now you over here you would find that actually in 2015 his income should be 40,350, but we have found out into the question that his income was, average disposable income of the family was 35,000 in 2015, right? So what we are going to do is that this 40,350, right, minus, okay, what we are going to do, that 35,000 which was the average disposable income, okay, we got 5,350. okay, it shows what? It shows that should be the family should be getting even more 5,350 to sustain the standard of living, right? So that is how we found out. Similarly, in the other way, right, what you can do, you can basically take this 34.5, right? 34.5 you can take in the numerator, divide by again 100 into 30,000. Whatever answer you basically get, you just add it in 30,000, right? So that is how you will get again your 40,350, right? So that is how you do this sum. Next you are having exercise 1.4. In exercise 1.4 you are having 5 sums, okay, which you need to complete, right? Then comes now, it is followed by the typical sums or typical examples. Now we are going to see, right? That is, now we will skip on to our 21st sum. Now what has been given into our 21st sum, that is the prices of the 3 items A, B and C among the 5 items have increased in the year 2015 by 90%, 120% and 70% respectively. Now see, they have told children into the sum that there are 5 items. Out of those 5 items, in item A, B and C, you would find the prices have increased by 90, 120 and 70% respectively, right? With respect to the base year. Now what is the base year over here? 2010. What is the current year over here? Current year is 2015, right? What they given, whereas the prices of the 2 items, that is D and E, have decreased. Now see, the prices have decreased for the items D and E. How? By how much? By 2% and by 5% respectively. Now what they given, items A, item A is 4 times important than item B. Children, they have given us, they have talked about, say, the importances of the items, right? So that becomes our weight, right? So over here what they given, item A is 4 times important than item B, and item C is 6 times important than item A, right? The importance of items D and E is 2.5 times the importance of item B, right? Compute the general price index number of the year 2015 for all the 5 items. So over here we need to find out the general price index number of all the items, right? So now we'll see how we are basically going to do the sum, right? Over here they are given us 5 items. So vertically we have written 5 items, items A, B, C, D and E. They have told us that for the first 3 items that the prices have increased by 90%, 120% and 70%, and because the prices have increased, we are going to add 90, 120 and 70 for the items A, B and C respectively, right? So however we are going to find out I, right? I we are going to find out in 100 we are going to add say 90. So for item A it is 100 plus 90 will give you 190. For item B it had increased by 120 percentage, and that's why 100 plus 120 will give you 220. That is how we are finding out the index number for all the items separately. For item C it would be 100 plus 70 is giving you 170, right? And that given us that for items D and E, okay, the prices have decreased by 2% and 5% decreased, and that's why we are going to deduct. So over here 100 minus 2 will give you 98, and 100 minus 5 will give you 95. Okay, those are the index numbers for different items separately. You got your I. Then comes the weight. Children, they had done the comparison, okay, in our question. Now see the third line. Okay, item A is 4 times important than item B. Okay, A has been compared with B, right? So for B we are going to take the weight as 1, and item A is 4 times that of B, and that's why 4 multiplied by 1 we will get 4. So for item A weight is 4, right? Then what they given us that again we are talking about the importances, right? And item C is 6 times important than item A. Item C is 6 times important, right? Item A is what? 4. Its weight is 4, and item C is 6 times important. So 6 multiplied by 4 will give you 24, right? So for your item C, the weight that you are getting is 24. Then they what they given us that the importance, okay, of item D and E is 2.5 times the importance of item B is 2.5 times, okay, then your item B. So over here for C and D it is 2.5 times then of item B. Item B over here it is 1. 2.5 times means you are going to multiply 2.5 to 1. So 2.5 multiplied by 1 will give you 2.5 for item C, and 2.5 multiplied by 1 will give you 2.5, okay, for item D. That's how you got the weights. As you add these weights over here, the total of the weights, that is sigma W, is coming up to 34. Now again the same formula and the same method. Now we are going to find out IW, the column of IW. Now again, how you are going to find out IW? You are going to multiply for each and every item, right? I also and W also, and you are going to get sigma IW. Okay, now for item A, okay, you would find your I had come up to 190 multiplied by 4 will give you 7600. Similarly for item B, you would find it was 220. 220 multiplied by 1, okay, will give you again 220, right? Then for item C it is say 170 multiplied by 24 will give you 4080. For item D it is 98 multiplied by 2.5 will give you 245, and for item E, that is the last item, 95 multiplied by 2.5 will give you 237.5. okay, you will add all of them again and you are going to get sigma IW. It is coming up to 5542.5. that is the sigma IW. Okay, again now we are going to find out the index number or the general index number, price index number, that what they have told to find out. So it's sigma IW upon sigma W. Sigma IW had come up to 5542.5, that we are going to take it in the numerator, divided by sigma W, that is 34 in the denominator, divided, you are going to get 163.0147, take a round figure 163.01. So again over here you would find that there is a rise, okay, in the index number. Okay, so 163.01 minus 100 will give you 63.01% rise in the prices, okay, in the current year, that is the year 2015, in comparison to the base year 2014, right? So that is how we do this, say, 21st sum. All right, now we are going to see the 22nd sum. What they give in the 22nd sum? The details of expenses on the fuel for a group of workers of a region are as follows, right? they have given us the details of the expenditure, okay, into the onto the fuel of the group of the workers, right? Over here, the items. In items, you would find the different group of fuels. That is, you can say coal, kerosene, wood, and matchbox. Over here, the details about the base year has been given. They have given us the quantity of the base year. The base year over here is 2012, right? And the current year is 2014. Over here, you would find the quantity and the price of the base year has been given to us. You would find that for coal, you would find it is 5 kg of coal has been bought, and the price per unit is 25. Similarly, while we talk about say kerosene, right, 20 liters of kerosene for 40, okay, 5 kg of wood for 22, that is the per unit price. And the matchbox, you would find 90 paise, okay, say for 10 boxes. So they have given us say the price for the base year, and the quantity has been given to us. So it means, in short, you would find the quantity over here is your Q0, and price over here is actually your P0. Then over here, year is there, but children, you would find price per unit has been given to us. So, and as this is the current year, this is the column of P1, that is 30, 45, 25 and 1. Okay. Further, we'll see to the question given. That is, prepare the index number of the group of fuel expenditure from this data. This is the first part of the question. I am reading again. Prepare the index number of the group of fuel expenditure from this data. Then follows the second part of the question, that if the expenditure for food, clothing, house rent and miscellaneous groups in the year 2015, that is the current year, right, are 3, 2.5, 4.5 and 3.25 times respectively that of the year 2012, that is the base year, and if the expenditures on these groups are say 42%, they are talking about the expenditures. So we are talking about over here the weights, that the expenditures are 42%, 15%, 10% and 12% respectively of the total expenditure, then prepare the cost of living index number for the workers. That is the second part of the question what we have discussed. But what is the first part of the question? See the first line. Prepare the index number of the group of fuel expenditure from this data. So first of all, we are going to get on with our first part of the question, right? Over here, children, you can use the family budget method also. You can also use sigma IW upon sigma W, right? But over here, the total expenditure method has been used. Items you would find again, that is coal, kerosene, wood and matchbox. As I told you, for the base year, they had given us the quantity and the price per unit. As you can say, for coal, it is 5 kg, right? And the price per unit was 25. This is how they have given us for the other items for kerosene, wood and matchbox. Okay, that is Q0 and P0, right? Then P1 has been given because the price of the current year was given, and the current year was 2014. So 30, 45, 25 and 1, right? Now children, index number by total expenditure method, we know you can use any one of them, whether LPSAVANI formula also or say Pasteur's formula, depending upon what is given to us into the sum, right? Over here, we can nicely use the LPSAVANI formula. So to find out the index number for fuel expenditure, LPSAVANI formula is used, that is sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100. Sigma P1 Q0. So over here we need to find out sigma P1 Q0 and sigma P0 Q0. So the next column is P1 Q0, right? So P1, that is 30. Your Q0 over here is 5. 30 multiplied by 5 will give you 150. Okay. Subsequently, you are going to multiply. You are going to get say for kerosene, you are going to do say 20 into 45 will give you 900. Then 5 into 25 will give you 125. Then 10 into 1 will give you 10. Sigma P1 Q0 you would find is coming up to 1185. It's coming up to 1185, right? That is P1 Q0 for you. Then comes P0 Q0. For P0 Q0, you are going to multiply these two columns. That is 25 into 5 will give you 125. Similarly, 20 into 40 will give you say 800. Then your 5 into 22 will give you say 110, and then say 0.90 into 1 will give you 9. You will do the total of it. Sigma P0 Q0 is coming up to 1044, right? So that is how you got sigma P1 Q0 and sigma P0 Q0. You are going to use it into the formula for sigma P1 Q0 1185 upon say sigma P0 Q0 1044 into 100. You are getting say 113.51, right? So that is how you are going to find out the index number for fuel, right? For fuel expenditure, right? Here now we are going to see the second part of the question. As they have given us and we had discussed, we have seen if the expenditure say for food, clothing, house rent and miscellaneous groups in the year 2015 are 3, 2.5, 4.5 and 3.25 times respectively that of the year 2012 or 2012, that is the base year that what they had given to us, right? So how we are going to do it? Okay, over here the groups food, clothing, house rent, miscellaneous, fuel. Why fuel? Because we have found out the index number of the fuel, right? For food it was 3 times, right? That's why it is 3 multiplied by 100, that will give you 300. Clothing it was 2.5 times, that is 2.5 multiplied by 100 will give you 250. House rent it was 4.5 times, that's why 4.5 multiplied by 100 will give you 450. And miscellaneous it was 3.25 times, 3.25 multiplied by 100 will give you 325. For fuel we found out the index number was 113.5. So that 113.5 we are going to include over here for fuel. That is the index number, that is you can say I, right? Then weights had been given to us, that is the importances had been given to us, right? That is you can say they have told us into the sum that if the expenditure on these groups are say 42%, 15%, 10% and 12%, right, respectively of the total expenditure, right? So what we are going to find out now, those are the weights. 42%, that is 42% for food. For clothing 15%, so we are going to write 15. For house rent it is 10%, so we are going to write 10. For miscellaneous it was 12%, that is we are going to write 12. They have told us that these are the percentages of the total expenditure. Okay, now what about fuel? How we are going to find out fuel? We have not given any importance to fuel. And we know, children, that the total weight, I had told you in the beginning also that the total weight, if nothing has been given, it has always been taken up as 100. So the total over here, we are going to take it as 100. And then what we are going to do? From 100, we are going to deduct 42, then deduct 15, then 10, then 12. You will get into your calculator 21. And that 21 becomes the importance or the weight of the fuel. Got that? Right? Now we are going to do what? We are going to find out sigma IW. So again for sigma IW you are going to multiply INW, that is for food 300 into 42 will give you 12,600. For clothing it is 250 multiplied by 15 will give you 3750. For house rent it is 450 into 10, you are going to get 4500. And for miscellaneous it is 325, you are going to multiply it by 12, you are going to get 3900. For fuel 113.5 multiplied by 21 will give you 2383.71. You are going to add the this sigma IW, right? For each and every item, the total that you are going to get sigma IW is 27,133.71. So that is the sigma IW for you. So now you are going to find out the cost of living index number, right? So cost of living index number, that is sigma IW upon sigma W. Sigma IW you just found out, you are going to take it in the numerator. Sigma W, we have seen that it is 100, we have taken it into the denominator. You are going to divide them and you are going to get 271.34, and that is the cost of living index number, that is 271.34. So what is the rise? Okay, you would find that it can be said that there is a rise of this 271.34 minus 100, that is 171.34% in the cost of living index number in the current year with respect to the base year, right? That is how you do this sum, right? This is one of the important sums, right? Do practice. Now children, in the 23rd sum, what they given us, find the real wage. Find the real wages of the workers class of a city from the following data about their average monthly wage and the cost of living index number. The base year they have given us is 2001. What they given, find the purchasing power of money in the year 2015. They have told us to find out the purchasing power of money in 2015 by taking the base year as 2001 and state, okay, the importance of this answer. They have told us, also state the importance of this answer. Okay, what has been given? They have given us the year, they have given us the average monthly wage, and they have given us cost of living index number. So there is a formula for to find out the real wage. Okay, the formula is always, okay, at the bottom you will find that is the real wage is equal to average monthly wage upon the cost of living index number into 100. I repeat, it's average monthly wage upon the cost of living index number into 100. Now we'll see how we would do this sum. Again, whatever the matters have been given to us, we are just going to put up say column wise, right? So you will find the first column is your 100 of your years, sorry. Okay, so you will start from 2010, right? The data has been given till 2015. So for the year, for the column of the year, it is 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 and 2015. Okay, these are the years have been given to us. Okay, average monthly wage has been given to us. That is from the question you will find out. That is 15,600 for 2011. For 2012 it is 16,200, 2013 17,000, 2014 it is 18,000, and for 2015 it is 20,000. That is the average monthly wage. Children, in this sum they have also given us the cost of living index number. That is 192, 203, 228, 268, 270 and 287. Now we are going to use the formula, that is your average monthly wage. While you talk about, say, the real wage, okay, real wage, our real wage is going to be equal to our average monthly wage upon the cost of living index number into 100, right? So for the year 2010 you would find that is 15,000 in the numerator, divide by 192 into 100, you are going to get 7,812.5. Similarly, you are going to take 15,600 in the numerator, that is, you can say, the average monthly wage, right? Divide by 203 into 100 will give you 7,684.73, right? That is for the year 2011. Subsequently, you are going to find it till 2015. So you would find you got the answer over here, 7,105.26 for 2012, right? For 2013 it is 6,343.28. For 2014 it is 6,666.67, and for 2015 it is 6,968.64. Now children, they have told us to find out the purchasing power of the money. Now how we are going to find out the purchasing power of the money in the current year? So to find out the purchasing power of the money, children, you are going to take 100 in the numerator, that and then you are going to divide this 100 by 287. That is for the base year, that is for the current year, sorry, that is 2015, right? That is 287. That is the cost of living index number, right? So 100 divided by 287, okay, will give you 0.3484, that is equivalent to 0.35. So nicely a ringing sound, okay, a ringing bell you can basically hear in the background, right? It's a puja is going on, okay, to my next door, right? So with the blessing of the God, we'll try to complete this sum, right? Okay, so you found out the purchasing power of money, right? That is 0.35, right? That is with respect to the base year. So it means what? That if you are having the value of 1 rupee, which was there in 2001, its value at today's time is only 0.35. that is only 35 paise. Okay, so that is what is the purchasing power of that 1 rupee, at today's time, that is the current year, right? So that is how we say found out this. Now you would find out that even though you would find see for 2015, the average monthly wage is 20,000. So you would find that even though the average monthly wage in the current year 2015 is 20,000, actually for that particular person or the family, its real wage is what? Its real wage has come up to 6,968.60 or 64 paise only, right? That is only because of the purchasing power has decreased in the current year, even though his cost of his average monthly wage is 20,000, right? Okay, because the value of 20,000, okay, it's only, you would find it's 6,968.64. okay, that because of the decrease into the purchasing power or the value of money. So that is how we do this sum, right? That follows question number 24. In question number 24, you are going to get short sums, right, that we are going to see in our next lecture, right? For time being, okay, thank you very much, right, and take care of yourself and take care of your family.